Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I've got dust on the iPad. There it is. Okay. There I go, singing again. It's because Bella was over here. All right. Oh, gotta turn this on. I can't play with the big fancy one right now. My charger seems to be having an issue, so I have to take it back. Hello. Hi, y'all. Oh, hi, Cheryl. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Donna. Annie, hi. Ann, hi. Hi, Dora. Okay. I am struggling here with a place to put stuff. All right, so we'll do a little show and tell first. Does it look dark? I just said how light it looked in here. Now it looks, no, it looks fine. I have to remember to look over here. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Katie. Okay, so you may have seen my post where, strangely, my car ended up on my last stop of the night on Friday at AC Moore. Go figure, y'all. So I'll just show you some of their ribbon because it's so cute, and like, you know, it's not similar to Michael's and Joann's, which I feel like their ribbon's very similar sometimes. And AC Moore isn't. So I kind of went, I behaved. I could have spent double what I spent, first of all. I only got 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. How did I end up with 11? Did I think that sounded better than buying 12? Okay. So, I know, go figure. I got this one. Oh, shoot. There. It's snowflakes and teal. I got that because it's so different, and it goes with these. This is the only spot I can get, right up here in the corner. And I have something in mind for this, but I can't say. I was going to work on it tonight, but I think I'll wait until another night. And then I got these two just because they're cute together. And the snowmen are going opposite directions, so I don't have to hurt my brain to think about how to twist the ribbon so that everything's right side up. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Ellen. So those two. I got, okay, so I love plaid. I got those two just because they were different than what I have. You know, I have tons of red and buffalo and all the things. I got this llama because Bella, my granddaughter, we call her Drama Llama. So we had to have llama for her. And this is a navy, and I am in love with navy, all things navy. I'm actually looking for a navy winter coat. And it says snow time, happy holidays. And it has mittens and snowy trees and flakes on it. Thank you, Jen. This one I may use tonight in this ginormous wreath we're going to make. I have a huge wreath on my porch that hangs on a shelf thing that's made of old barn and tobacco wood. And I always change that wreath out for the seasons. And so I brought it in here, and it's beat up, you guys. It is really beat up. This one has barns on it. I thought that would be appropriate for that wreath. And we might get to use my buffalo plaid. And this one has a little bike on it. And I don't know why I'm drawn to this bike almost like the red truck, which is what we're going to put on the wreath tonight, or my big red truck. So, I don't know. Also, a little find that I found today in Target's dollar spot, but it was it cost $5, were these lights. Now, I got all excited and I just snatched them right up, and I came out here and I put the batteries in them. They're icicles. And I just thought, oh my gosh, a whole strand of light up icicles for $5. Sometimes impulse will bite you. I don't know how I feel about them. Can you see that? Can you see that there's a white light here, and then a white light here, and then a white light here? The icicles really don't light up, and I should have known that for $10 and probably, I mean $5, and if probably, yes, if I would have slowed down the brain a little bit, it says right here, 10 lights on a strand of 50. Yes, I like the Target dollar spot too. These still may work, but I don't know. I may be a little bitter. And the last thing I want to show you is what we worked on in my group inside the loft. It's our private group. If you're interested in learning all things crafty and about craft shows, selling wholesale, and craft malls and projects, this is what we did this week. Well, this is one I already had done. The one I did, I actually screwed up because I got to talking and I forgot what I was doing. So this is the one we actually did in class, and you can see I ran my letters off in white instead of red, and but I'm going to peel those off and redo it. The other project, I did 2 projects this week because we were doing a countdown, and I wanted to show them countdowns, and you got to get those out quick if people, you know, they want to buy them by the 1st. So this is the other one. Oh, that's stupid glitter. There we go. There's his little, and his nose starts at 24, and then the kiddos just move his nose every day, and it tells them how many days are left till Christmas. I didn't write anything on this one. This one's going to Bella and Anthony. There we go. Ah. And his nose swivels because of the way we did the screw. I might write something on it. This one says sleeps till Christmas. And then you hang your chalk from the rope. And these are painted in chalkboard paint. So, the group is $14.99, I believe. Ooh, shoot. And then we have the Makery. That is our free group that we'd like everybody to join. And you can post your lives in there and just talk to each other, get some advice. If you have a question, you can ask it. I'll try to answer it. Okay, so here's my wreath. And it's beat up, you guys. It's probably 10 years old. And I just put things on it, and I rip things off of it, and I redo it for every season. And that's why it's so beat up. It's even got hangy things. Now, I would never sell something like this, but it's mine, and the back of it doesn't show because it hangs on a gigantic barnwood shelf that's on my porch, and I'm going to have trouble. Let me move this ribbon because we're going to be... There's no room for this wreath. Oh, pretty. So we got to pick out ribbon for it. I'm going to put my big truck on it, which the big truck is going to be a kit that you can purchase from us. And that should drop. We wanted to drop it this week, but we're running behind in all aspects of everything because we just are. Just because of where we're at right now as a family. We're just behind a little bit. Okay, so we'll have to find the perfect way to set this. So what I'm going to do is attach the big red truck. And this is the big red truck. That's going to be a kit. You could get it with this tree, or there's a snowman version too. I don't have that one to show you. But I'm going to put him on here because I am partial to the big red truck, just like everybody else. I usually do different things from, like, I kind of go against the grain sometimes. My family's going, oh, yeah, really? So I kind of go against the grain a little bit. And so normally I don't like everything that's Not always do I like everything that's popular, but this happens to be one of those things, look at this, that I really, really like. So I sell these at my shows, and I leave them blank so I can write things on them. I can write, you know, their name, or if they have a saying they want to put on it. So I just thought I'd put the big red truck on my big grapevine. So I have to decide. I think I might want it to go like this. So what I'm going to do, since I already have a hanger on this, is probably cut it and attach it on both sides. Oh. I feel so little with this wreath. My chair's giving me grief. And this is too much wire, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to take it right down through this grapevine, because this thing is so old and so dried up that I can see right through it almost. I bought this from a place that's not even in business anymore. And, oh, by the way, this is day 1 of a marathon. I don't know when it's ending, but I can't speak to that right now. I just don't know. So I took it down, wrapped it around some vines, and I brought it right back up. Now I'm going to get my trusty curler here. I'm trying to decide if I want to. I think I do. I'm going to wrap it around my little curl right here and really attach it down. I'm going to cut off some of this, which these are my big heavy duty wire cutters. Somebody made off with my little ones. And sometimes when I'm cutting one single wire, those big ones won't do it for some reason. It's like it's too little of a job. Yeah, a marathon. I know, right? You know, sometimes it's good to stay busy. Busy, busy, busy. All right, so here we go with this one. And that looks like something left over from fall. So let me get this off of here. I thought I got all that off there. I love doing this wreath every season. I usually light it up because it's right by an outlet, and I don't know how I'm going to light this one, but I usually light it up because it hangs in the corner. I have got some raffia not behaving, but it's just fun to redo it for every season, and I do put every season on it. Valentine's Day. I was actually married on Valentine's Day. And I was actually divorced on Valentine's Day. 5 years later. Oh, what fun and irony life is, right? I don't hate Valentine's Day. I could take it or leave it. Oh, good grief. That gave me a run. For being so thin, this little baby, that was hard to get in there. So I can't make it over here to this loop. So I'm going to wrap it around. I normally don't do this, but since it's mine, and I'm going to cover it with big old bows, you know that, I'm going to wrap it because I don't want it falling off. I'm going to cut it a little bigger, longer than it needs to be, and then I'm going to curl it under. so nobody gets scratched on it. Not that it's hanging anywhere anybody would, but you never know. Like myself, when I go to take it apart, I would probably do that. Okay, so that's on there. I feel like it's secure. Oh, gosh. No, it's not. Okay. You are gonna fight me. You're gonna put up the fight. What can I do here? Okay. My zip ties are somewhere else, so let's try a couple of these. April Fool's Day! Him, girl. The joke was on him. Okay. I'm not taking your crap, Reese. You hear me? As it falls right off. I don't think the drill's out here. Normally I would drill a hole in that and put more wire in it, but we're gonna go with this for right now. Also, that may be easier for me to get apart. Now it's sitting straight. Okay, now we need bows. And then after I get the bows on, we'll put other stuff on it. And I haven't decided if I want to write anything on it yet. But tonight I am going to use my Provo to make those. Not like a Provo should be used, but I'm going to use it how I use it to make the bows. So, I know I want the barn. I might want a little bit of this because it's got buffalo on it. Wait a minute. What? Well, that's interesting. I thought about doing that once, and then I thought, no. Okay, so I have this one, obviously. Then this is the one from DG, and it's got the little truck. And actually, it's not bad ribbon for Dollar General. And I really like it because it has black lab on it, and I'm partial to black labs. So that's why I bought that one a couple weeks ago. So I'm picking out way too much, I believe. Should we lighten it up? Not blue, Vicky. Should we lighten it up with this? That's a little lighter. Do you know how you keep buying ribbon, but you never have the ribbon that you need? Well, what's up with that? Mom's like, don't do it. The other ones are kind of shiny and glittery, and I just don't think that's what I'm going for here. This would be good when we do the gingerbread village. Hi, Burma. I think. Ooh, here's a good one. Maybe. Let's try this one. That one right there. This time of year is the only time I really ever have a ton of ribbon because I'm so Christmas crazy. Other parts of the year I try to behave better maybe. Because normally this is just, I have just enough to fill this. Right now these are all double full and I have a box and all of that. Plus, I always need extra ribbon for the grave blankets that we do. Does anybody else do grave blankets? Even buy them or make them or... I'm just asking because last year I said that on a live, and or I showed making one, and a couple people asked me what they were. They didn't know what they were. And I mean, I've always heard of great blankets. Okay. Brush off all the glitter from the other night. I'm thinking the wreath that I do that teal with the teal ribbon, use it on, is going to be very glittery. I was going to do that one tonight, but I have like a vision for it. And I don't have the right wood cut out yet. But Mom's going to fix that for me. Just not tonight. What is a grave blanket? Robin hasn't heard of them either. I believe I did that live on December 23rd or 4th. Anyways, this is why I buy a tree that's such a huge, ridiculous tree. We buy a tree that's too big for our house, and then I take about 4 feet off of it, and I use all the extra greens to make the blanket. And it's just a big, long, green, real green spray, evergreen spray. One year, the neighbor trimmed her evergreens, and I actually got all of that and used that. And you just lay it over a grave. And throughout the year, when I buy ribbon, I always buy with them in mind, who I'm making them for. And so the ribbon kind of matches their personality or something about them. Like my one grandma loved cardinals. I won't use this because I've used it for other things, but I only use it for them. There's a blue one in here I have in mind for my dad. And then I also pick out a couple little ornaments or what have you that remind me of that person. Okay, so these have to be big bows because that's a huge wreath. And maybe I need to start out with one of these. Let's start out with the barn. Hey, Jess. Yes, I do. I even wear them in the rain. And when people ask me about why I have them on in the rain, I tell them I'm being optimistic. Some days it makes the rain stop. Other days it doesn't work at all. I usually always have them on. I tried to stop wearing them so much last week. I was like, okay, I've got to stop wearing these so much. And then that lasted, I don't think it lasted 24 hours. For one thing, it holds my hair back. Yeah, so Robin, I started making them because they're very expensive. If you can imagine buying one of those from a florist, they're very expensive, and we just couldn't afford it. We had about, in the span of 3 years, a lot of my immediate family passed. My dad, 3 of my grandmas, and my grandfather. And so Mom and I just couldn't afford grave blankets, so I just started making them. Just started getting huge, ginormous trees and started making them. So that's how that started. Because they're expensive. They're anywhere from, small ones are $75, and they can go clear up to 100 something, hundreds, 150. I used to buy them off of vocational school. Because that's what I took, horticulture and floriculture in school, vocational school. So they used to sell them, and they don't make the kids work anymore in vocational schools. They quit making them. So I had to start making them again. No, I have backups, Betty Sue. I have a whole drawer of backups. And when the kids come over in the summertime, they just go in. If the sun's bothering them while they're playing outside, they'll just go in, get in my drawer and get my backups. because they know I have about 6 more pair in there. I probably have a pair for every day, but I never change these because they actually hold my hair the best. I do need to quit wearing them so much though. I kind of like that it makes people wonder. What is wrong with this crazy lady and her sunglasses? Because you know how gray Ohio is in the winter. Like, woman, you do know there's no sun. I mean, most of the time I can't even blame it on the glare off the snow because there ain't no sun to glare the snow. That's okay. I have considered a headband. Most of them pop off my head. I like to think it's because, you know, when I think, my brain just, no. They just pop off my head. I can't keep them on. Mom's in there like, oh, Lord. Here she goes. My hair is curly, and I brush it out, and then it gets this wave that you see in it. But when it's longer, it's not as curly because the weight of my hair pulls out the curl. And I was going to go get my hair cut. And then I'm like, I don't know if I want to. It's kind of that, it was almost like a teenage rebellious moment. Like I was like, I know, I think I probably look better with my hair a little shorter. But then I'm like, what do I like? Oh boy. I'm not ready to commit to that yet. I'm non-committal. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Jess. Thank you, Annie. I think I might take up this little piece, though, and stick some raffia in it. For one, Burma and Ann are on here, and I might be kicked out of the group. Kicked out of my own group. But I do think it would look good, because the truck has raffia. But I don't think I'm going to make a bow. I think I'm just going to stick it in there. Let's see here. Get this up. Annie, next week will you make a bow? Hey, I loved Annie's project. Passionate Painted Lady. If you guys haven't liked her page or gone over to check out what she's doing, she always does awesome projects. They're very unique. And tonight's was a joy. And you want to see it, I promise. You want to see it. It was the word joy. That's all I'm going to tell you. You got to go see it. I might have to do one for my porch, though. Annie, you've inspired me. Now, I'm not going to try and fluff this or anything and separate it out until I get it on that ginormous wreath because I'll mess it up while I put it on. I'm hoping those that wire I left on here is going to be long enough for me to do that. Anyway, so the Passionate Painted Lady. The Passionate Painted Lady. And you will love her page. Trust me. There's so many talented people. I just love it. I know I say a lot. I've been doing this 30 years. But I have. Over 30. And let me tell you what a joy it is to see. How do I say this? Like, for the most part, before the internet and this big internet craze of doing lives and sharing your talents and all of that, it was hard to see that kind of stuff, right? You would only see it at shows. You would never see anybody like demonstrating unless there were. We have a couple shows in the area that demonstrate. The crafters demonstrate what they do, but you know, you would have your friends at the craft shows and you would talk about what you do and how they do things and how you do things and stuff like that. But it was never, and the other thing this online craze has done is kind of brought it to a new serious level. You know what I mean? Like, it's actually, you know, over the years, I've had, not immediate family members, well, maybe some. Anyways, I've had people that I know and family say, they used to say, when my kids were little, they used to say, you still do that little craft thing? Are you still doing your little craft shows? Yeah. Mom and I have paid a mortgage, raised 2 kids on these little craft shows. Yeah, we're still doing them. You know what I mean? So this online movement it just gives me goosebumps when I think about what it's done for crafting. Crafters of all kinds. Not just one, not just the other, but crafters in general. Creative people in general. It's kind of given them a platform that they never had before. And, you know, I spent most of my life crafting and doing it for a business. And so that's really neat to watch from a person who's been in it for a while. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm hoping you're getting what I'm trying to express here. Sometimes words are hard, okay? Aw, Annie, thank you. Okay, now I'm getting all twisted here. And the best part of that is when someone's family doubts them and then they soar and go, that's priceless right there. Because I have consoled, I don't know, I haven't mentioned the mall lately, but we used to own a craft mall, a small one. And then the owners of the biggest one offered me a job running theirs. And we closed ours, and I went to one that had 300 vendors. And so I've consoled more than one crafter on many occasions who was upset because their family just wasn't supportive. They didn't get it. They just didn't know how to make that transition and turn the corner to where they could be, you know, they could do it as a business. And when you see women who are talented really torn up about that, That kind of grates on your nerves. So that's why I'm enjoying this crafting craze. This online movement that we've all got here. Because it just pained me to see people drop out of it who really, with just a little bit of support, would have made it. Well, Anne, you got to give yourself time. I'm plugging through it right now myself. But it seems to help me, you know. If my hands aren't busy, that my head's not very healthy. And I'm always like, this whole thing's making me angry anyways. So when my hands, when my hands aren't busy, then I have more time to get angry, and we do not want that. We do not want that. Okay, let me get some of this here. Let go. You know, it's really ticking me off that, speaking of getting angry, I'm going to get angry at my raffia because I give you guys this hack. I told Mom the other day. I give them this hack that says it makes it easy to get raffia out, and then the next very package that I open is a pain in the butt. And I think it's my fault, actually, because I just found I forgot to snip one of these. So, it's not even the raffia's fault. It's mine. I gave you the benefit of the doubt. Come loose. See? Just gotta talk to it like you're the boss. Jackie on here? Hi, Jackie. Kate is at home, I believe. I don't know where she's at. She's, I don't know why she's not on here. We had a rough week. It was a rough week, you guys. It was seriously. I was not expecting this week to be rough. I expect, you know, as you get further and further out, for it to go a little easier. But, oh, the spirit was strong. You know, like, I'm driving to my stops and I'm bawling in between, and I probably look like the one lady said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, allergies." And she's probably looking at me like I'm nuts. Like, seriously, lady, it's 30 degrees outside. There's no pollen in the air. You have no allergies right now. But it was a rough week. A couple things happened today that knocked us sideways a little bit that I'm going to have to address. That's never fun. Considering Tom, and just some people aren't being as mindful as they should. So I'm going to have to remind them. There is such a thing as righteous anger, though, just saying. So, she may be resting right now. On that raffia. She was up when I came out. I don't know if she went to bed or not. I think she was on here when I signed on. And I think in our heads that we thought we would hear something by now, even though they told us 12 weeks. And it's just not happening. I think I want to do one more. Even though I normally do 2 bows, I think I want to do one more. So we haven't heard anything, and that's just like grating on everybody. And to me, it doesn't matter so much because it's not going to change the outcome. So, I don't know. Thank you, Jackie. I might make this one a little different. Well, I'll have to because I ran out of that one. I don't know if I mentioned it though on a good note, and in Tommy's name. Somebody did a GoFundMe and we turned that over to his team. So they raised almost $2,000, and he was just saying, the week all this happened, he was just saying that they need uniforms so bad at that school. The boys would make a tackle and their whole backside, the butt of their uniform would like rip out, you know. And so we gave that to the team so that Tommy could buy new uniforms for his team. Essentially. So that made us feel good. I think I'm gonna go barn, and then I'm just gonna go right to this, or maybe I'll go red. This red truck, there's not a whole lot left there. That's the only problem with those little rolls. I'm not gonna use the cardinal. I don't think it's gonna look right in there. Our show, oh, thank you. It was awesome. That one is always a good one. And what makes it even better is it's like right around the corner from the house. And yeah, it was a good one. So it didn't take us that long to get there or get home. The kids came and helped us pack up, and that's always fun for them. Because then we all go get, the first thing we do is go to Starbucks, then we go get food, then we come home and we count up and pay out, and it's a good time. And it's good to let the kids see that, you know what I mean? It's good to let them see, oh, their mom worked so hard all week on her crafts, and today, look at this. We're having a celebration. We got to go to Starbucks. We're going to get something to eat. And then they got to see us count the money. And that's good. It shows them that hard work pays off. So we always like to do that when we're close to home. Further out shows we don't always do that. But if we're close to home, we do that. Because you don't want to think you're busting your tail for nothing. You would, Betty Sue. That kid, I mean, she owned up to it right away. She's like, yeah, I was pranking Nona. I wanted to see if she'd realize how cold it was. Well, I thought it was just me. So I didn't get up right away. And then finally I was like, it is too doggone cold in here. So then what was even the icing on the cake was, or the ice on the cake, I go to the hallway, and we have, for some reason, our house is not that big. It's a ranch. It's a hallway, I don't know, maybe 15 feet. And there's 3 switches in that hallway. If you turn on the one at the bottom, when you go to, and turn it off down there, if you flip the one at the top of the hall, it won't work. It's got, the switches are all out of whack. So, 1 o'clock in the morning, I go to the hall, flip the light. Nothing. I flip the next light. I mean, I know this, you know. I've been in this house 40 years. 48 of my 56 years have been in this home. So I go to the middle one instead of going to the end one like I know I should do. But it's 1 o'clock and I'm freezing. I flip that one. Can't get the light on. I said a few words. And then I realized I was going to wake up people saying words if I didn't stop. So, I went and got my phone, and I did it by the light of my phone. I lit it up, and I'm like, who put this on 50? Of course, nobody answered. Everyone was asleep. I cranked it up. I mean, I get turning it down at night, but she was just trying to prank Nona. Okay. And I should get moving and quit talking so much, or Nona will be freezing again. I only had to run my heat for like, I think I ran it for half an hour tonight. Okay. This one's a little smaller. Dropped it. Yes, Bella did it. Said she was trying to prank me, and she owned up to it right away. I watched them last night so Kate and Jim could go to the movies, or no, to eat, and to the craft store. I think that's so funny. Kate has a huge shirt order. For someone that she has to get out, a family of 4 that's going to Disney for Christmas, and they ordered their shirts from Kate. So she has, oh, I'm getting out of control here. She has a big shirt order, and so she had to go get a couple things. Oh, and she has an order for ears, so she had to go get a couple things. So that's what they did on their date night. They went to eat and went to the craft store. And I had the kids. Luca was off the hook. Woo! He got into candy, and he doesn't eat candy. Kate doesn't. Like, she changed the whole way she eats and how she feeds the kids after Anthony was born. So Luca's really never had that craving for candy, but for some reason last night he was like, can I have Skittles? And of course I can't say no. And 5 minutes later, I wished I had said no, because it was a hot mess. His little body is not used to that. He was bouncing off the walls more than normal. Okay. Woo! What am I going to do here? Okay, let's get these bows and see where I'm going to put them. Maybe one there. Here. Here. Can you guys even see that? I am so sorry. Let me move this. This looks like it's confusing. Let me get this out of the way. I can't even see the screen. Yes, Jim is very supportive. He does her cutting for her. You miss snow? Oh, I'll take a palm tree Christmas. I went on a rant the other day because the cold was hurting my bones so bad. Chrissy just kind of looked at me. She said, yes, I know. Yes, I know. I said, you mark my words. I don't care if I have to buy a little shack somewhere and live in for $300 a month. I am not going to be here next winter. Oh, shoot. I was having a fit. Just one of them little, you know, you got to throw it and get over it and move on. Move on. Now, I have my red and green pips. I also have white ones. And I have those buffalo plaid poinsettias. I have some red sparkly glittery things. I don't know whether I want to put those on here. I am going to try to rotate this ever so slightly and try not to knock everything over so I can still see my iPad. Well, I don't know if it would or not because I've never had Christmas where it's warm, Sandy, but I'd like someone to give me a chance to do that. I'd like to try. I mean, that's the scary part of moving. I must not be wired right for moving because my thing is, what if I move and I don't like it? How do you come home? You can't come home. You can't come home if you haven't rented the $300 shack, right? At least for me, that's the way I'd have to do it. I have to rent the $300 shack because I can't afford to sell the house. Mom won't sell it anyways, but we can't afford to sell the house and then not have a place to come home if we don't like it. I have to say, it is scary. I don't know how people do it. I was telling my doctor about, because he moved here from California. I'm like, why did you do that? I don't think I'd ever live in California, but I'm just saying, why did you do that? Because most people love California, right? He said, because I was working too much and paying too many. I was always working and I never saw my kid. And I knew if I didn't get out of there, my kid was going to grow up and I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know her. He said she was really 10 years old before I even really knew her. That was his turning point. She turned 10 and he was like, you're 10, I don't know you. So he left California and came here. I'm like, yeah, but man, it's cold. The cold didn't used to bother me at all, but now it bothers me. I used to be one of them crazy kids that ran around with no coat. Now it's bothering me. Okay, come on now. Because my bones went haywire. Okay. I don't want to pick this up and look at what I'm doing because I don't want to take out anything and block off what you guys can see. This may have been a little bit too big of a project to do on live. There's my loop. I'll probably be able to do this better after I hang it up out there tomorrow too. I can't really get to everything. Usually I leave this hanging and I decorate it hanging while it's out there on that shelf. And that's probably why I'm struggling, because I really probably haven't decorated this thing laying down like this. It is too early for snow here. You're from here, right, Carla? Are you the girl I met? I met somebody at a show that watches me. And I thought about that the other night after I got done talking to you. I'm like, I think that might be the girl I met. Christmas in Maryland. Maryland's cold, right? Like colder than us. You can't imagine hot weather on Christmas, Mom? All right. Fine. I'll quit talking about it. Fine. Mind you, she sleeps in a 100-degree waterbed. You imagine hot weather every night, Mom. All right. Let me back up here. It's sticking to my clothes. Okay. Oh, it's getting heavy. That's what we got so far. I think I'm going to put the poinsettias in it. And then it might be done. I don't know if we need anything else. But I did have these. I usually put these on candy canes we make. Big tall ones that light up. And I didn't get to it this year. So I might be putting the bells in those. But also, I only have 2. So I would have to do 3 poinsettias to cancel out my odd even weirdness. Right? Look at these things I got at Old Time last year. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to put them on. I got them in red and green. Kind of cute. They're different. That's why I bought them. Chrissy, what's done? I don't see a comment from Chrissy. People in Maryland don't know. Well, then I must be thinking, I must be thinking something else then. I thought Maryland was cold and snowy. I wish they had sunk these bells down into the middle of this flower. It doesn't, I'm going to scrunch them because I don't think it looks right. I may not have room for 3 of these, you guys. I'm going to have to do 3. That's just all there is to it. We're going to scrunch them somewhere. Also, take the time to open the flowers if you're going to sell them to me. I am paying for them. That sounded snobbish, but I don't care. See, now I gotta turn this. Ooh, that's pretty, opened up like that. But I think one of these littles belong over here. You guys can't even see that high, can you? I'm sorry. Let me rotate this. I'll work on it upside down. If it looks funky, then I'll just turn it around. Now, because this is mine and I deconstruct this, I'm not gluing these in because I don't want to tear them up getting them out. I wired this, so that's easy to get off. I wired the truck, so that'll be easy. I'll just snip the wires when it's time to change it out. And I'll probably go, whenever we undecorate for Christmas, I'll probably switch this up to snowmen. But I don't want to ruin these flowers because they are so pretty. I probably could have put them all up here, but I don't know. I want that one turned a little. And I'll have to situate everything a little better once I get it hung up. Good grief. Okay. Do we need the bells? Oh, I just hit myself in the face with a 50-pound wreath. Oh. Let me lay one on there and see. Haven't decided what I want to write on it yet. I don't want to write welcome, which is what we do when people buy those trucks off of us, or that's usually what they want us to do, or happy holidays or whatever. I actually want a saying, but I haven't found what I want yet. Oh, I may need the bells, you guys. I think I do. How can I get that on there? Come here, I think I'll use this color. I'm hoping this works. Good gravy. I fed gravy, by the way, sounds good. I fed everybody way too early today. Now I'm hungry again. Because I just wanted, do you ever have those days when you just want dinner to be done? I forgot I wanted these on there. I will probably put some battery lights in here somehow. I'm dropping things. I probably would pick up the hammer. Not a bad idea. I don't know. I was really trying to not glue, but I'm going to have to glue that, I believe. See if it'll hold. Here's the squeaky Joann's. This is when I needed the beast for this one. For some reason, I think I overworked it. My charger quit working on the... Haha, look at that. I'm only using 2. On the glue gun, on the battery operated glue gun in my Airstrike. So I'm going to have a talk with them. Because it should be still under warranty. I haven't had it that long. I don't think. It could be I just worked it to death and I just need to go buy another one. I am operating 3 different things off of one charger, so. It could be that I abused it. I gotta cut this gold string off. I still don't think that's on there either, because that glue gun, don't buy a glue gun Joann's brand. Just don't do it. Not only will the squeaking drive you mad, bells between flowers. Yeah, I could have done that. I'm sorry, I didn't see your suggestion. See, it doesn't keep up with me. I mean, I really don't think I'm asking too much. I think that's on there. Just have to wait a second before I pick it up. Where are y'all flying? Jingle all the way. That would be good. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. I get going and I miss comments, but I do go back and I try to answer you guys. And thank you, because that's important, and I do appreciate you for being here, watching me. I think they're on. All right, this is the big, oh. I just put one of these on. I'll work some more pips into it over there once I get it hung. I don't think I can do it with it, because I think the bows are going to pivot a little bit when I get it all hung up. So, day one project is finished. Oh, okay. If you pull something, picking up the wreath you made, you might be a redneck. No, I'm kidding. Oh my goodness. All right, that's my wreath for tonight. Tomorrow night, if I can find the right thing for, I have something in mind for this teal, but I have to find the right thing that I want to put on the wreath with that one. So, and thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I'll, tomorrow, when I get this hung up and out there and all looking like it's supposed to look, I will take a picture and post it. And thanks for joining me the first night of the marathon. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Dora. Thank you, Gina. So anyways, if you guys want to join the Makery or Inside the Loft, that information is at the top of our page. Look for something to come out this week. If you're interested in the big red truck, you'll get your choice of tree or snowman in the truck, and it will come with everything you need to make the truck, okay? So I will see you all tomorrow night, and thank you for joining me. Have a fabulous Monday, you guys, and I hope your day is blessed. Your week is blessed. Truly, I do. Thank you so much. Good night.